Hello and welcome to the Poverty Franchise Podcast. Today it is just PJ once again. We're staying hydrated. Excuse me, damn, I don't know what's going on. And today we're discussing NFL Week 6 Roundup. Just jump right into it. Started Thursday with yet another abysmal football game. With the Commanders getting the win there. Your Sunday slate, the Falcons, Patriots. The Falcons beat the 49ers. The Patriots handily beat the Browns. Bailey Zapp looks like a legitimately half-decent quarterback. We'll see how the season goes for him. The Jags lose to the Colts. The Colts might have found something. We have to see that. The Jets beat the Packers. The Jets and Giants are both not bad teams right now, which is weird. The Vikings beat the Dolphins, still without Tua. Bengals beat the Saints. Giants beat the Ravens, Giants moved to 5-1. The Steelers beat the Buccaneers, end their little slide. The Rams beat the Panthers, also readjust, ending their slide. The Seahawks beat the Cardinals. The Bills beat the Chiefs. The Eagles beat the Cowboys. And the Chargers beat the Broncos in yet another terrible Broncos game. Some of my predictions being wrong. I thought the Niners would probably beat the Falcons. I thought the Patriots would beat the Browns, especially after they did to the Steelers the week before. I really thought more highly of the Jags. They're still a long ways away. And now the division stand right now. The Bills are sole top of the AFC East at 5-1, with the Jets being 4-2 and the remaining two teams being 3-3. The AFC East might have been held division all along. The AFC North, Baltimore and Cincy are both sitting at 3-3, with Pittsburgh and Cleveland both sitting at 2-4. The AFC South, Tennessee sits at 3-2-0. They had a bye this week. They did not play. The Titans, Raiders, Texans, and Lions did not play this week. And the Colts are behind 3-2-1. So if the Titans lose next week and the Colts win, they go top. Jags are 2-4, and Houston's bringing up the rear at 1-3-1. Kansas and the Chargers are both joint top of the AFC West at 4-2. The Broncos are 2-4. The Raiders are still 1-4. The Eagles, the sole undefeated team, at 6-1. The Giants at 5-1. The Cowboys at 4-2, and the Commanders pick up their second win of the year and go 2-4. The NFC North, the Vikings are up 5-1. The Packers 3-3. The Bears 2-4, and the Lions 1-4. Tampa and the Falcons are tied for top of the NFC South at 3-3 each. Pelicans. I was talking about the NBA yesterday. I apologize. Saints 2-4, and the Panthers bringing up the rear at 1-5 because they have no quarterbacks left. And the NFC West, 3-3 teams, and the Cowboys bring up the rear. Cardinals bring up the rear at 2-4. Biggest takeaways of the week. I'll start with the Bears. Pain. There's nothing else you can really say about it. Should have scored 3-4 touchdowns. You had those two early goal line stops that were just devastating. And there's 3 touchdowns left on the board inside the 5-yard line, first and goal situations. No red zone bite at all. Justin Fields did not have a great game. Carson Wentz had a worse game, but it was enough. Again, sitting at right above 50% passing, had the interception, took 5 sacks, no protection. The run game showed up again. The receiver and Darnell Mooney had his first half-decent game of the year. Dante Pettis had a good game. And I hate Amir Smith-Marset, and I'm glad he's cut. That is all I will say on that matter. The Falcons, surprisingly good this year, sitting at 3-3. Marcus Mariota seemed to have found a little groove this year. He does not want to be benched for Desmond Ridder, nor is he ready. Kyle Pitts did something. Kyle Pitts did something last game. He caught a touchdown, first touchdown of the year. Not quite the red zone threat that everyone thought he was going to be this year, especially for y'all fantasy people out there. God be with you. But it's probably just more Mariota just isn't passing to him all that much. And the run game has picked up nicely from when Cordell Patterson is out. Caleb Huntley and Tyler Algier stepped up real well. And the Falcons look all right. They're not tanking that hard. The biggest story, one of the bigger stories of the week, other than the great game between the Bills and the Chiefs, would be Bailey Zappi and the Patriots. Bill Belichick's done it again, folks. He can't be stopped. He's playing out of his mind right now. The supporting cast is playing good. He looks like a genius for cutting J.C. Jackson because J.C. Jackson got benched in that Chargers-Broncos game. We'll get to that later as well. The Jags are slumping. They've kind of regressed back to the mean. They look like they've turned the corner and be that surprise playoff team. But, yeah, they're not there yet. Matt Ryan has found he's maybe not washed just yet. 42 of 58, 389, and 3 touchdowns. Can't argue with those numbers. Is he still a bit old? Yeah, but it is what it is. The Steelers beating the Buccaneers. Tom Brady is looking a bit rough this year. His line is definitely beat up on, but his receivers are back. The defense is still there. Kenny Pickett got benched for Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky basically came out and won the game, but Mitch Trubisky just plays really well against the Buccaneers for some reason. So yeah, it's weird. With Tom Brady on the year, he's still completing 67% of his passes. He has 1,600 yards, only 8 TDs, only 1 interception on the year. The problem is he's not really throwing for that many more TDs. The wins this year, the Cowboys are a good win, but then you have the Saints and Falcons are your other two. Those are decent wins, and you've lost to... And this is your first bad loss. Your other 2 losses, the Packers and the Chiefs in a shootout. Again, it's going to happen. But they're going to have to figure it out because he's old. Every game is the time off the clock. And then probably, the Giants surprisingly beating the Ravens. The Ravens falling to 3-3. The Ravens just late game just aren't doing it. And they are also in the same boat. They don't really have receivers that their names aren't Mark Andrews. So they went out. They got 35-year-old Deshaun Jackson to try to stretch the field. We'll see. I don't know how much it's really going to affect them. And for the debate, is Mark Andrews the best tight end in the league? No, he's probably second this year, though. Travis Kelce is still the best in the league. I like Mark Andrews a lot. It's always been a 3-horse race. Really Kelce, Kittle, Andrews, and then everyone else in the league. And, Kittle's not having really the best of years. I mean, he started the year off hurt, so he's only played 4 games instead of the full 6, but no TDs on the year yet, and only 182 yards. But still, in terms of talent, those are the 3 best, and, your second-tier tight ends are dudes like Mike Gesicki would fall into that. I gotta think of other second-tier tight ends. There's Mike Gesicki. When I think of other ones, I'll let y'all know, like Tyler Higbee, Hayden Hurst, guys like that. Still good starters. And Daniel Jones, for his credit, is not playing bad. And Saquon is back. The Giants have a feisty defense on the year. I gotta give them credit where credit's due this year. I mean, they're only letting 18 points a game, and they're just playing good ball. At the end of the day, they're 15th in yards. They've generated the most fumbles, and they're playing good ball. There's no other way to really put it. And then for the other move of the day, I'll just go and talk about the Rams-Panthers. Robbie Anderson had his blow up on the sideline, got kicked out the game, and was traded within a day. And that's because Hollywood Brown got hurt with the Cardinals. Robbie Anderson's going to try to fill that hole. D-Hop is back next week for the Cardinals. If they were at full strength and if they get Hollywood back during the year, their receiving core is actually pretty formidable. I mean, you still have Zach Ertz out there at tight end. Then you'll have D Hop, Hollywood, and Robbie Anderson in some capacity. But Cliff Kingsbury is now the title of the worst coach in the NFL. By far. I think he's on the hot seat. And the Rams still have problems. Matt Stafford's still throwing a lot of picks and is still only really favoring one target in the receiving game. You paid all that money to Allen Robinson, and he has 17 catches, 170 yards, only 2 TDs on the year. But hey, at least this is the week he caught the most passes, so maybe he's trending the right way. And moving on to that Cardinals game where they lost to the Seahawks. The Seahawks defense is not good. They're actually not good at all. They're pretty bad. Their offense is fine. Their defense is not good. And you're an offensive head coach, offensive powerhouse, and you only scored 9 points. That's got to go to the play calling. It really does, because Kyler Murray is not that bad. It's that and that the receiving targets are just not there. I mean, AJ Green is old. Rondell Moore is more of a specialist role. I love Rondell Moore out of Purdue, by the way. I truly like the guy. I really thought he was going to be the next big thing, and he still might be. And with Hollywood Brown going down and D-Hop coming back and Robbie Anderson maybe coming into the fold, maybe they can use him in more of that specialist role. AJ Green is washed. It's sad. AJ Green's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. Not like as a first ballot, but he'll definitely be there. Also, Noah Fant's in that second tier tight ends. Keep forgetting he exists, kind of. And then with the Seahawks, Geno Smith is playing a lot better than expectations, and Kenneth Walker stepping up in the injured running back room with the Seahawks. So they're looking good. I'm glad Will Dissly's still playing football after his devastating Achilles injury, where he was looking like really one of the better tight ends in the league before he tore his Achilles. I think it was 2019. Yeah. I mean, he was having a great start to the season. He was my fantasy tight end. That's why I remember him. I'm glad he's still around. And then to close out the discussion of this week's football matches, after I hydrate a little bit, the Chargers and the Broncos play the Broncos are yet another boring-ass OT game that they lose. Russ cooked in the first quarter. He was cooking. He was cooking a nice gourmet meal. After that, it was all ass from there. All ass. Generated some 19 yards in the second half. Nothing in OT. Nothing at all. He's hurt. He's picked up another injury. His quad is messed up. His throwing shoulder is fucked up. Melvin Gordon's pissed. Jerry Jeudy's pissed. I realize that Cliff Kingsbury's the worst head coach in the league. Nathaniel Hackett's definitely worse. I keep forgetting he's still. I'd be surprised if Nathaniel Hackett makes it out of the year. I can just put it down. And Justin Herbert's ribs are still affecting him, but they win an ugly one. He threw 57 times and didn't throw a TD, but you got to win the ugly ones. And the benching of J.C. Jackson's interesting. He was getting burnt. It's not like the Broncos receiving core, even minus Tim Patrick, who's out for the year, still has Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy out there. It's a good receiving core. And he just got burnt. Also, shout out the rookie tight end for the Broncos, getting his first touchdown in his first game. Shout out Greg Dulcich. He looks good. He should be doing some stuff, honestly, this year. I think he'll be a solid tight end for years to come in the league. I like the way he played, even though he had 2 catches, 44 yards. I just liked the energy he brought. But will do it for week 6. I was wrong yet again, just painfully wrong. So that was fun. Somehow. Then Right now, leading the top 5 in passing yards, Josh Allen, Matt Ryan, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Tom Brady. Top in passing TDs, Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes were tied for 17. Those are your MVP front runners. Those are passing touchdowns. In the rushing department, Saquon Barkley is leading the league in attempts. In yards, it's Nick Chubb. Saquon's bringing second. Jacobs third. Miles Sanders fourth. Lamar fifth. And Dalvin Cook sixth. Ramondre Stevenson is seventh. And Dameon Pierce, the breakout guy out of the Texans, is eighth. Mind you, he did not play this week, so it is what it is. Also, I just want to shout out Sauce Gardner for my hate watching of the Packers for wearing that cheese head. Really love to see it. Receiving leader, Cooper Kupp's leading the league in catches, followed by Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill's leading the league in yards with Stephon Diggs second. And TD-wise, Travis Kelce has 7 because he had the 4 TD game. Stephon Diggs has 6, Mark Andrews has 5, and Devontae has 5. Moving on to the Week 7 matches. So the teams that are on bye, the Bills, Rams, Vikings, and Eagles are off. So 3 of the league's best teams, plus the Rams, are off next week. So kind of sucks for the league, especially with the lackluster games we've been getting. Thursday night, we should pray to the Lord and Almighty that will be better. Saints, Cardinals. We'll see how Robbie Anderson looks in the fold off this short week. Probably not going to get that many snaps. But there's offenses here, so shit. I don't know. The Buccaneers play the I'll go Saints, by the way. I just have no faith in the Cardinals anymore. I think it'll just be the points will be scored, I guess. I don't fucking know, hopefully. The Buccaneers playing the Panthers. I'm going to go Buccaneers. The Panthers are still a dumpster fire no matter how bad Tom Brady's marriage is. Falcons-Bengals is an interesting one. I'll probably give it to the Bengals. Lions-Cowboys. The Cowboys' defense is good. So they'll, even if it turns into a shootout, the Cowboys will get the stops when it matters. Giants, Jags. You know what? I'll say that I'll go Jags. They'll end the Giants' hot streak. It feels like a trap game, even if it's at MetLife. I don't know. It just feels like a trap game. It's not at it's at home. So Titans, Colts. I'll go Titans. The Colts' run defense is not great, and if Derrick Henry runs a lot, the Titans win. Browns, Ravens, I'll go Ravens. It's a good rivalry. Lamar can't lose another close one. Packers, Commanders. The Packers might be slumping this year, and Aaron Rodgers not looking too good, and they're looking to trade for a wide receiver. It's probably going to be DJ Moore or Jerry Jeudy or someone who's disgruntled. They're not that bad. They're beating the Commanders, even though as much as I'd love to see it. Jets, Broncos. I'm going to go Jets. The Broncos offense is just so anemic, and Russell Wilson being hurt. And I'm going to be 100% honest. I have no idea who the backup QB is for the Broncos. I don't even think Broncos fans know who he is. Who is the backup quarterback for the Broncos? We will find out today on Pro Football Reference. Oh, Brett Ripon. I know who that is. That's crazy. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, y'all are fucked. No way around that. Y'all motherfuckers fucked. Sorry to say that. But I'm not giving y'all the win. Your offense is too bad. The defense is still stout, and the Jets might face issues there, but Texans, Raiders, please don't lose the Raiders. Texans, Raiders. Seahawks, Chargers. I think the Seahawks offense will... We've seen the Chargers DB core. The pass rush is good, even without Joey Bosa being hurt. But the defensive backs are just not... The coverage isn't great, and the Seahawks bring a lot of weapons. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. They have a solid run game. Will Disley underneath. And a renewed Geno Smith. They'll probably win that game. I'll go Seahawks. Chiefs, Niners. I'm going to go Chiefs. Steelers, Dolphins is interesting. I'm going to go Steelers just because the Dolphins without Tua are not the same team. They're just not. And Bears, Patriots. I'm going to rock with the Bears. We don't beat the fucking Patriots. We never do. So the Patriots are going to win, but I got to rock with the Bears. Join me next week when I'm wrong about all these games once again, because it feels like I'm getting more and more wrong every week. The NFL is crazy. I love it. Shout out Clemson for beating up on Florida State at their place. Looking forward to the matchup against Syracuse. Shout out Tennessee, by the way. Big win, as we all know, against Alabama, flipping the playoff picture on its head. Go and beat Georgia later this year. Just make college football absolute chaos. It's been PJ signing off on the Poverty Franchise Podcast NFL Week 6 Roundup.